Cassidy, thank you for coming in today. It's so good to see you. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. Okay, so how's your semester going?
Okay, well, this semester I like a lot better than any semester I've had. This is my third semester here at OSU, so I'm a sophomore. And this is my first semester where I haven't had like Chem 1, Chem 2, like gen eds. And so I'm in microbiology and animal biology, and I love them, and I'm actually interested in them, so I'm like feeling better about my major.
Good.
So,
Okay, well, what is your major?
my major is physiology, so study of the human body, which I guess is fitting because I want to go to med school or maybe PA school. We'll see. But yeah, so and that's kind of a hard one because whenever you're pre-med and you come here, like we don't have a specific pre-med major, so you're like, what do I do? Like biochem or like nutrition or whatever. So I always struggle with like thinking, am I in the right major or But I guess there's so many ways you can get there because you're gonna go to another school anyways.
Yes. How long did it take you to choose a major and really nail down what you want to do?
Well, most freshmen, I guess, come in and they're like undecided or whatever. But I came up here the first day and like during, I guess, enrollment orientation or whatever we do when we first come up here, I was like, study of the human body, physiology. That sounds perfect, and have been that ever since.
Perfect. And you've liked everything that you've done so far with that major?
Yeah, it's kind of hard coming from a small town because, like, in high school, I never really had to try really hard to study, and I mean, you understand this. So whenever I got here and I was like, Chem 1, my teacher, like, gives me papers and I have to learn everything by myself. I'm like, I don't know how to handle this. And so it was really hard, especially second semester freshman year. I don't know why, but because first semester you're like, I'm up here and I'm like really motivated. And the second semester you're like,
absolutely,
I got this. And then you're like, ooh,
definitely.
No, maybe not.
Yes, I agree. So are there any other obstacles that you've encountered with pursuing this major that you have?
One thing is, I mean, pretty much when you come in and you're like, I want to be pre-med, but then obviously you love pretty much everything in the medical field, so it's hard to be like, but maybe I want to be a nurse. So, and then if you want to be a nurse, obviously, like, you go 2 years of college and then you move into nursing school, so, like, pretty much I'd have to go next year, which is really stressful, because I'm like, I have to know for sure what I'm doing.
Definitely.
But then again, I'm like, wait, I'm only 20.
And that could involve you leaving OSU.
Exactly, because we don't have nursing here.
Definitely.
So.
Okay, what are you doing right now that's helping you move towards your major some more?
Okay, so what I did, I guess it was the summer after my senior year, which I had already decided I want to be physiology major and like pursue like the medical career. I decided I would just get my CNA license, which is certified nursing assistant, and it's really quick. You just like go for 2 months and then you can work like in a nursing home or like in a doctor's office, but you take blood pressure and help old people, whatever. So every summer I work at the nursing home. And I really like that because at first I thought I was like going to be easily grossed out and stuff because I'm really picky with food and like germs just kind of freak me out. So I was like, I don't know, maybe medical field, no. But after I did that, I was like, oh my God, 100%. Like, I could be a nurse. I could do anything in the medical field as long as I can like, keep up that passion. So
definitely. What are some specific things that you did with your CNA license? You said you worked over the summer. What are some specific things that you remember doing that you like?
I particularly, I think the best part about it is, and this is another thing, is I'm really interested in gerontology, which we do have that major here at OSU, and I've like considered it. But even just talking to the patients, because it's like, pretty much all of them are out of their minds. Like, for instance, I worked there all summer, and then I left, and I came back to college, of course, for 2 semesters. And when I went back the next summer, they felt like I had left for maybe a week. They're like, oh, hi, Cassidy! Like, they have no idea. And so it's kind of funny to see how the aging process works for me. So that's what got me interested in gerontology, and I'm still kind of like back and forth with that one. So.
Okay, so have you considered any other areas other than the medical field, or have you always just been dead set on pre-med or something of that nature?
Well, it's kind of funny because I took a weekend course this weekend, and they were kind of talking about how like everyone goes through their common majors. So, like, everyone, whenever CSI came out, like, wanted to be, like, crime scene investigator or whatever. So I did because I love CSI so much. My 2 favorite shows were CSI and Grey's Anatomy. So I was like, medical or, like, maybe something criminal justice or lawyer. I don't know, something like that. But then I was like, maybe not. So.
Do you see yourself changing your path once you get into your junior and senior year, or do you see yourself staying in the medical field path?
I definitely don't see myself changing the path. It's just, oh man, I don't know. That's a really hard one. I think that definitely PA school over everything right now, because at first I'm in the pre-med club and the pre-PA club, and that's what helped me decide ultimately, because I thought I wanted to deliver babies. And then when I went to the PA club, I was like, I can still do that being a PA and have a family, earlier than like 30 and not go to school for 1,000 years. So, 7, whatever. But anyway, so that's what kind of set me in that, and hopefully it won't change. I mean, grades depending, obviously, because you have to have like a 3.5 or 3.7 or something. So
has maintaining grades been an issue, or is it something that you've got a handle on?
That's something, especially being in a sorority, busy all the time. And so
Absolutely.
Whenever I became a homecoming director, I got so busy and so caught up in like my responsibilities of Kappa Delta that I was like, oh, I can just do the homework later because I signed up for this and I'm obligated to do this. And so last semester was so rough, and especially with chemistry classes and biology classes. Biology was by far the hardest class, and I thought that would be so easy. But so yeah, that's a real struggle because just time management.
Definitely.
And I'm like such a procrastinator naturally that I was like, oh, I can't procrastinate anymore. This isn't gonna work. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you've got a pretty good idea of what you want your future to look like, and it was great talking with you today. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.